Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the channel once again. I know this is going to be a different kind of Friday, guys. And the reason why it's going to be a different kind of Friday, I was supposed to do graphics card nightmares tonight and have it, well, today and have it posted for you guys. But I just had a lot of things going on in my head. First, before we get started, make sure you guys got your Milo energy drink. I had to get that out there real quick. Now, make sure you guys get your drinks, snacks. Make sure you got it all going on. Because we got a few things we want to talk about today. Because this is J Day. No, this is J Day, but Jay says, okay. Okay. I squeezed the heck out of this bottle, and I think I'm going to end up cracking it for some reason. But, you know, if this is your first time here, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Hey, keep your mind clean. That is not dirty. Thank you. I know that's the first thing you guys were thinking. Oh, Jay's doing this. I don't think so. Jay ain't doing that. Jay don't need to do that. Okay, let's keep the water off the table. No water on the table because you know we got PCs. Okay, guys, I was going to try to do this microphone thingy, but it just didn't. We'll do it later. We got plenty of time for that, so it's no big deal. But what we do have a big deal on is we're going to sit here and talk about, for a really short, we're going to go over to the action screen and see what's cooking. Alright, well, since my action screen is all messed up like usual, let me pull my face down at the bottom. Okay, let me get all this xenophobic stuff out of the way. There. Now, last thing we need is a bigger cursor. A big cursor. I don't know why Microsoft keeps asking me to. I don't know why they keep asking me. They're just asking me. Let's get the big cursor and get it a little bit bigger. That should do it. Okay, a little bit bigger cursor. Hopefully you guys can see it. Let me know if you can't. I'll do my best to make it a little bit bigger if you like. Okay, this is about 581.15. About 581. Well, it's about that. So it's 581.15. The WHQL. I always say Q. I always think there's a Q, but there's a WHQL. This was launched on the 28th, 2025. And I'm sorry I'm a day late and $1 short, but we're going to get it out there. You can get it from Windows 10 and Windows 11. It is almost 900 megabytes in size. Release highlights. The game ready for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Order of Giants. This new game ready driver. I'm sorry, guys. This new Game Ready driver provides the best gaming experience for the latest new games supporting DLSS 4 technology, including Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, the Order of the Giant, and what is that, Wuthering Waves? But anyway, fixed gaming bugs, Marvel Adventures, the Definitive Edition, game crash to desktop on startup. That's fixed gaming bugs. This is fixed general bugs. Certain monitors may display a random flicker when hot plugged over HDMI. Okay, not too much to explain over there. Okay, let's go to the article. Let's see if the article gives me any details whatsoever. Well, they give me that, and they always put that, and I ain't going to show you guys that. So Is there anything really special? Yeah, well, I'm sure you guys don't want to hear about multi-frame generation. In the time since our previous GeForce Game Ready drivers, we have added an update DLSS override in 13 games. This might be interesting to you guys. Casa, Cabello, Chain, Backrooms, Claire Obscure Expedition 33, Dead Take, Eve Online, which I play Eve Online, by the way. Flipscapes, Grand Theft Auto 5 Enhanced, Lost Souls Aside, Ludo, Return to the Campus, however you say that name, Simulacros, something like that. Super World and Titan Quest 2. I'm just briefly going through these because I don't want to bore you guys to death with all the drama. So basically, that's all the drama in there. I don't see having any other drama but that. So let's see, Dakota. Good to see you, my friend. Fake Frames, good to see ya. Fake Frames, see. Got Dakota saying hey to me. Got Fake Frames saying hey to me. I am interested in the DLC for Indiana Jones, but I don't care about the RTX hair. Okay. This. Oh my god, guys. RTX hair. Okay, I am still trying to figure that out myself. I'll tell you, I don't have the answer on it. I really don't have the answer on it right now. Because it just popped out not too long ago and I didn't even take enough time to look into it. So, plus I can't really test it because they don't give us the RTX hair for the 40 series. So I really don't have my hands on a 50 series card, so I can't really tell you. But I'm sure you guys can tell me what you think about it. But RTX hair kind of makes me think of like flexi hair on Second Life. If that makes any sense. How they had that wavy flexi hair or something like that. Is that something like that? That's what I'm trying to get from you guys. Is it like what do you call it? Oh my god, my brain is just floating today. I can't help it. I just been through a lot in the last couple days. And I'll tell you guys about that later, not right now. But we'll talk about it at the end. Guarantee it. Physics. Is that what that's about? Is that like a replacement to physics? The physics 32, they're going to put in RTX hair. Is that what it's replacing? I just want to know. Give me an idea of what it's replacing. I'll definitely look into it later, you know, so that way I can give some definitive answers of my 2 cents on it. But it's kind of, the way it sounds, it's kind of like it's replacing the physics 32 bit. Kind of. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. Gotta have that drink. I'll tell you what, I've been on the phone all day. I've been in the car all day, and I just had to say, I know I missed Wednesday's live stream. And I know I haven't made a video in a couple days, but I've just been going through a lot of personal stuff right now. And I'm trying to get it sorted out. It's either I get it sorted out or I can wind up in a bad spot. But we'll talk about it later. Flexi hair. Okay, we're going to do this. We are going to go back to this. And we're going to look up that the Nvidia hair. Okay, so we're going to look up the Nvidia hair. See what it so, oh my god, they're still trying to push that on me? Stop it. Stop it. Okay, we'll go directly to Nvidia for the Hairworks technology. Just for an overview so we can get an idea. Okay, Nvidia Hairworks combines the power of Nvidia GeForce GTX GPUs with DirectX 11 tessellation technology. Okay, now it's starting to make sense. To add hundreds of thousands of dynamic, realistic hairs. Did I just not get done saying the physics 32-bit, where the waviness and all that in the hairs, to where that's what I was thinking it might have been, because thousands of dynamic. Okay, dynamic brings me into the physics. Realistic hairs to characters, creatures, and game worlds. Okay. See how Nvidia hair technology enabled real for. Oh, it's a download. Oh, really? We'll get to that in a moment. Let's go to the video. Oh, you gotta love this. You gotta love that. Try it again. They took it away. Oh my god. Oh my god, look. Look, it's not even there. Let's go to all downloads. Wow. Page not found. Page not found. Oh my god. Let's see if, oh, can't even do that. Well, we can get a little bit of an idea. So, we'll take and look somewhere else since they don't want to expose themselves. Let's see. Let's go to PC Gamers and find out what they got to say about this. And I don't want to sign up right now. I would really wish, I really wish I could sign up, but I can't sign up right now. So, Nvidia RTX hair features look set to give the cast of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle some fabulous, lustrous look. Luscious locks. Oh. Luscious locks. Where did I hear that from? What's that girl that was up into the tower? What's her name? Rumpelstiltskin? No, not Rumpelstiltskin. Is it? No, that ain't it. I forgot her name. Damn. But she was in the tower. But I guess this is off and on. You can see what's happening here is you're getting a better hairline than right here. This is dull. This is real dull right here. And right here, it looks like it's bringing it in a little bit. So, I am doing haired human being as the result. I spent significant portion of my day trying to keep it looking smooth. Oh my God, we just live in the game. We're just living the life. We're doing our hair in the game. Don't quote me on it, guys. You know better. However, I'd be campaigning for the addition of Nvidia's RTX hair tech, as by the looks of what it's done to the cast of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, it's some sort of follicle-based magic. Really? No, it's not. It's just another, how can I say it, OpenGL moment. This right here, guys, let me explain this to you. In Second Life, what this is right here, okay, this is nothing new. This is just what they were using back then was the polygons and a skin stretched over it in order to get it to look like this. Now they're using a different technology called, what was it? Oh, damn, I kind of forgot the technology. I'll come back to you on that, but I know the name of the technology. You guys probably know too, but for real. I mean, just so you know that Indiana Jones is a first-person game, which means you won't see Indiana Jones hair unless it's in a cutscene. That's pretty much a cutscene. Yeah, I do. Oh, I got you. You ain't gonna see your avatar being face front forward unless you can look behind your avatar and twirl it around to look at it. Basically what you're saying. That sucks that you can't do that. They should give you a behind view that you can twirl your character around to where you can see how your character looks as a reality image. But obviously, I guess they're not there yet to do that because it just ain't there yet. Okay, so basically, okay, let's do this. Let's blow it up. This says that RTX hair coming to Indiana Jones in September. Real-time path tracing for strand-based hair on the 50 series GPU. So we're not getting it on the 40 series, guys. Not unless they get a heart. So the curved linear segment looks like this. The linear swept sphere, 2 spheres per linear segment. Okay. So so it's guys. No. This technology has been around for at least 5 to 10 years. I don't know where they think they stole this from. I mean, this has been around for years. So, yeah. I mean, let's see if I can escape out of this thing. No, I can't escape out of it. Oh well. But, yeah, nothing new. So, yeah. Beyond making it more realistic hair, really interesting way to solve the common graphics rendering problem. Okay. By adding OpenGL hair to DirectX, possible they found a way to split the difference. But API to API, it's not really possible. So, but unless they did, you never know. How to make individual strands of hair look like anything other than grainy piles of straw while ensuring smooth performance. Okay. I mean, is it something we really need to worry about right now? Guys, come on. It's not, I mean, the technology, this is such familiar technology. It's nothing new. And like Fake Frame said, you can't even see the character, so how do you know what their hair looks like? Oh, because when they go into a video scene, or like you said, a cut scene, that's the only way you're going to see the character's hair? Guys, I know you're going to say this, but you think it's realistically stupid for them to do that. I know you're going to say that. And I mean, just let's get to the facts and not the fiction of this. You know, I know you're going to say that. It's just, it sounds realistically stupid. Nvidia should know better. I mean, if you're putting something behind the character and you're you're dressing up the character like they're getting ready to go on a date, but you can't see, and the people playing the characters can't see the avatars whatsoever, it makes absolutely no goddamn sense. Just put the stick man behind there, lower the amount of textures that sits behind the screen that causes like your FPS to drop. That's no more or less like a booster to keep your FPS from dropping because you want to put in some psychedelic hair. It's not like it's a punk rock hair or something, you know. I mean, I could take you guys on Second Life and show you hair. I mean, there's hair all over the place. You can purchase hair all day long. It's like a wig just slapped right on top of it. Trying to ingrain it to the mesh of the character, that's nothing new. So that is nothing new whatsoever. You know. But as far as it might work good on smooth motion, I had to throw that in. But Nvidia did do a driver update, which I do have installed on my PC right now as we talk. I have suspended Microsoft Windows updates temporarily for the simple fact they keep posting that one update that they have a problem with, and I'm not going to have destroyed my drives. I'm not going to destroy my drives because of their program update. So I'm still on the pause with Microsoft with that. Until I can see them come up with something that's going to override that's going to fix this problem, I'm waiting. I'm not gonna risk my hard drives just because they want to do 25H2 in combination with the Microsoft updates for Windows 11 for 24H2. They're like mixing the two, and it's not working because one of them's using part of the drive, probably part of the DLLs that are measured with the two, and it's probably getting like mixed up. So if they're going to do something like 25H2, they should have put it in separate updates away from the 24H2 updates. 25H2 updates, they should have put separate to load onto your hard drive to sit and wait, and as they build it and formulate it till they get to the end game and they give you the last update, which enables 25H2. But they didn't do that. No, they're trying to make hell out of your PC. That's what I don't like what they're going to do. But as far, and you know, Fake Frames, as far as the hair, I really wouldn't really worry about it because the only part that you're going to be seeing that has the hair is other characters but your own. That's what's so bad about DirectX games, is they don't give you the option of seeing your character in action in certain games. Don't get me wrong, there are some games you can see your characters, but in the really good games, like you said, the only way you can see your characters in a cutscene. That's a negative for me. I don't know about you guys, but that's a negative for me. Okay, going back to the driver updates. I haven't seen anything freaking out whatsoever in my PC as far as the update. The update's only been in my PC for approximately a couple hours. I can't lie to you guys. It's only been in my PC for a couple hours. So, if I find out more, if there's anything that's wrong with it, I'll make sure I bring it up to you guys. But for right now, I haven't seen anything. I'm live streaming. I'm not having any problems. You know what I'm saying? So, all I can say is, if you're not having any problems, make sure you comment down below. If you're having problems, make sure you let me know. And make sure too you subscribe to the channel. We got a few more subscribers, and I want to, whoever subscribed, I want to welcome you guys to the channel. By the way, I haven't been doing that for quite a while, but I'm gonna start doing it again. I'm gonna start welcoming the people that subscribe to the channel, and all the people that are watching the channel. Hopefully, you become a subscriber, and then we can move up to the 1,000 subscriber mark, and then And trust me, I am not going to get a big hit. It doesn't, to me, the more subscribers, the better. Okay? The more subscribers, the better. Because we all can talk about this. We all can get, down to the nitty gritty and, look for a solution to some of the problems that are out there when it comes to the gaming world. The gaming PCs. You guys don't have to sit on the sidelines. If you have questions, you can definitely bring it up into the live chat when we do live chats. You guys don't have to sit on the sidelines. There are people, I'm going to tell you what, we got people that are technicians that are in the chat that been in the business for a long time. They can put their input as well if you leave your questions. If you have a question about anything. I can say my 2 cents, but, there's people in there that will give their 2 cents as well. You'll get the right information. All you got to do is ask the question. So, that's just my 2 cents. With all my subscribers on the channel, I do thank you so much for being here and helping out the channel and supporting us, by the way. Hopefully we can keep this going on for years to come. We'll see. All depends on trying to get things straightened out. But that's in my private sector. It's not in the public sector, so it might be sooner or later. So we'll see how that goes. But now I have to look at a few things here. So we're gonna look at. I know you guys got some questions about the drivers. I know you guys are gonna have questions about it, but truthfully, I kind of think, and this is just my thought, I kind of think that Nvidia is somewhat coming around into the right direction with the Blackwell drivers. I don't know about the 50 series, but the 40 series, it seems to be smoothing out. So, but as far as smooth motion, we tested that on the last live stream we did. It turned out pretty good. I didn't test it on this one yet. I think I'm going to wait for the next live stream on that to break it down even more, to see what this driver's going to do with smooth motion. I know you guys are saying, well, it's just nothing but frame generation. but it does have a mixture of other stuff in there too. It's not so much frame generation, especially if you're on Steam and you enable the Steam layout, the benchmarking layout. It'll tell you what your real frames are, and it'll tell you what the fake frames are. Fake frames, get it? Just have a little fun with that. But it'll tell you what's on frame gen. It'll tell you your actual frames, so you can see both, and it's not a total big deal. Only when it becomes a big deal is if you're stuttering or you're artifacting. But all in all, if you're having a great gameplay, smooth running, your visuals look great, leave it alone. You don't need to mess with anything. You don't even need to put on smooth motion if you don't need it. You don't even need frame generation if you don't need it. That's your choice. Your graphics card, your PC, your choice. Me, I go back and forth with it a little bit. The reason why is because I want to see what it's doing, and I want to see what it's doing. I want to see what my graphics card's doing overall. It's not because it just gives me an extra boost here. It does nothing for the extra boost over here, but it looks good as an extra frame. That depends on how you have it set up. But if you want real-time frames, that's up to you. If you want frame generation, that's up to you. Okay? It's all in your taste. However you set your computer up, that's your biz. You know, I'm not going to tell you how to set it up. I can tell you what I think looks good or looks bad, but that's just my opinion. You know, on the 40 series, we're not going to see as much as the 50 series. Okay, we're not going to see multi-frame generation. We're not going to see the RTX hair. But, you know, we got everything else. And when you play the games, it still looks good. So, as long as it looks good on the games, and you set your display the way you want, and you're happy with it, then rock it. Just rock the game. If you don't have any problem, with artifacting or stuttering, and everything looks great on your graphics card, put a nail in it, don't touch it. Simple. Set it and leave it. Until, you know, Steam does a different kind of update or something that requires you to reset it, don't touch it. Unless Nvidia does something with the driver that you need to reset it and touch it. If you don't touch it. Leave it alone. Just enjoy the game. Simple. Don't worry about the benchmarking. Enjoy the game. Enjoy the process of the game. If that makes sense to you guys, enjoy the process of the game. Okay? However you want to do it. Spice it up, whatever. That's where it comes down to the nitty-gritty. Is because this is the thing that I've always watched people do. And guys, if you have a system that is built by a system integrator and you give it the details you want and they put in the works to that computer and you get it in front of you, but you can't get it to work like they did, well, then that means there's something that needs to be tweaked a little. Okay, when you game on a PC, nothing's set in stone. Nothing is set in stone. You always got to start at the beginning. You know, there's always going to be little tweaks here and there that you can do to make your gameplay even more smooth and efficient. That's what I've done. I spent a total, on this PC, I spent a total of probably almost a year. And I'm not going to lie about this. I spent almost a total of about a year in this tweaking and turning day after day, finding the right tweaks with whatever game I play. Just turning and grinding it. But in the end game till today, I don't have to do that anymore. Anytime I get a driver update, I just put in the update. I've put in every update from Nvidia. Every update on my PC and never had a problem. With this 40 series graphics card, never a problem. Never. So then that tells me, because there are most people today are going to be on AM5. I'm still on AM4. Don't ask me why. But I think my CPU is pushing my graphics card hard enough to give me what I want. That's what I think. In live streaming, I have no issues. None. Zero. That reminds me, because I didn't even think about that. Did not even think about that. Let me check something real quick, guys. I forgot. I didn't even check the output of this. No, I left it in AV1. This time it stayed. This time it stayed in AV1 and VEC encoding. That's why I was making sure that OBS was playing nice. You know, now that I know that, then I know how my CPU is doing, and I know how my GPU is doing right now. So it's running almost practically no load, streaming to you guys. And the streaming's looking real good now. It was actually, I had, and that's why I'm going to explain to you guys. Before, when I was streaming to you guys, I had my router cable box set up a certain way with which computer plugged into what spot on the router box. Because I hardwired all my, all the computers I have on this and everything else. All hardwired. But it has only 2 spots. I accidentally put my computer on the second spot, which is supposed to be on the first spot. It's the way I got the box set up, because the amount of computers I have on this. So, but it actually kind of fixed the problem a little bit. I haven't had any streaming problems yet. Knock on wood, but I don't want to jinx myself. I don't want to jinx myself. So, okay. So now we're getting back to it. Now let's talk about neural rendering. Okay, this is really becoming a bothersome thing, because the Rubin Vera, okay, now they're going to be calling the 60 series on Nvidia Rubin Vera, or Rubin. I don't know why they would do that, but I want to know you guys' thoughts on this. They're going to take a 60 series card, chiplet design, not monolithic. They're going to do a chiplet design. It's already been sent to TSMC in Taiwan. And from what I'm understanding, they shrunk down NVLink that they use for the big servers that they got, the 2 chiplet design with the big NVLink on it. They shrunk it all the way down, supposedly, to fit in a GPU. So they're going to have 2 chiplets with an NVLink in a GPU. I could be wrong, but this is my understanding right now where it stands. You guys can quote me on it. Let me know if I'm wrong about it, but this is what I'm hearing through the grapevine. So, I don't know. I mean, talking about a GPU die that's going to have 25% more power. 25% more power. That's what they said. Than the 5090. But if you look at the Pro 6000 series, isn't that 15% faster than the 5090? Something's not jiving with me about this. Something's not jiving with me. They have a Blackwell card that's a Pro 6000 series. It's at least 15% faster than the 5090. Estimating, guys. I haven't tested it, so it's just estimating out of my head 15%. So, that way you guys can quote me on it if you want to. Depending on the game, that's what matters the most. So, 15% from a Pro 6000 graphics card. How are they going to fit? Are they going to have a Pro 6000, a Pro series for Blackwell? And what are they going to do about the 60 series for Ruben Vera? Are they going to call it a 60 series? Or are they going to call it a 70 series? Little questions that you tend to wonder. Maybe they'll just leave it, say, Pro Series for Blackwell, and then that's going to become a lot of confusion. Everybody's going to be thinking that, oh yeah, Nvidia is going to be selling us a $3,000 graphics card that does 15% faster than the 5090. So, no, they're going to be doing a graphics card that's only going to be 5% faster than the Pro 6000. That's just my thought. The node shrink will be the main reason for the performance uplift next generation. Okay, I can buy that. Fake frames, I could buy that. But it's not going to be by much. I'm going to tell you, it's not going to be by much, my friend. Very little. Unless they pull a hat trick from the Pro 6000 series and they get 25% more performance than the Pro 6000 series, then I'll be impressed. It's 25%, but I'll be impressed from the Pro 6000 series, 25% faster. So then if it becomes true, I don't know what AMD's going to do. I really don't. I mean, let's look at it like this. There's rumors and leaks right now about AMD putting out a card that's supposed to be faster than a 6090 for the next generation. Is it going to be true or false? We don't know. Rumors are speculating that AMD is going to make a card that's twice as powerful as the 9070 XT. That's going to have a 512-bit bus. Very interesting. How they're going to accomplish that on GDDR6, that's going to be amazing. That's what we're wanting to see. They're going to make a GDDR6 card which now you can consider the memory chips for the VRAM GDR6 old news, last generation. They're still valued, but right now AMD should be putting their foot in the ground and saying, guess what, we're going to go to GDDR7 and put a foothold there. And if they're going to build a graphics card that's twice the size, or twice as powerful as the 9070 XT, the 16 gigabyte one, then they're going to need to come up with a 32 gigabyte card. Who knows if they're going to do it? Right now, to me, it's all lacking luster, man. I mean, it is all lacking luster right now. But there's talks about it. And I want to see how they're going to cook this up. Nvidia says they got something groundbreaking. AMD says they're going to have something groundbreaking for next generation. But what about the CPU? Okay, they can take and make a GPU so fast that your CPU, the best CPU you got in the world, the best CPU that you got in this world, cry because of the next generation graphics cards are beating the hell out of that CPU. It's like my 5700X and with my 4070. Yes, I know it beats the hell, the 4070 beats the hell out of my CPU. I already know this. I'm already well aware of it. But when I balance the two and I'm gaming, it doesn't seem to fall that way. It seems to balance out just nice. But with the new architecture, it's going to be more demanding on the CPU, wanting more information and, you know, a lot of decoding and encoding and all sorts of coding. I don't really see, unless, and I know you guys are going to say November 11th, that AMD is going to come up with the new release of a GPU, or CPU, my bad, CPU. I know, Fake Frames, you've been saying that too. Was it November or October? I think you said November. AMD is supposed to come out with the new CPU in November. Is it going to be groundbreaking? We don't know. Is it going to be AM5 or AM6? We don't know. If you plug it into an AM5 motherboard and they say it's AM6, it's still AM5 at the same levels. Only way it's going to be at the next level is with the new motherboard. More pins to it, more architecture, more speed. But AM6 will be a refresh to the AM5. That's the rumor that's going around. Is AMD going to put AM5 CPUs, the AM6, a refresh of the AM5? That's a rumor that's been going around. Is AMD going to put two controllers instead of one for the system RAM? Are they going to use double controllers? Supposed to be on AM6. Rumors are leaking that, but some rumors are saying AM7. They're going to put it on an all new motherboard. That's the only way they can really do it, is putting it on a new motherboard. They can test the idea on the current motherboard, but they're going to have to redesign the traces to accommodate the second controller on the motherboard. So, I don't know. Water Events, good to see you. Welcome back. My two brothers and I are good to Vegas in March. Have a safe trip when you go to Vegas. Because like they said, you know, whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. And don't take it home with you. But anyway. Hey, Cyborg. Good to see you. Welcome to the stream, my man. See, I knew you guys would roll in sooner or later. I just had to wait a little bit. 41 minutes a little bit, but yeah, this is I just popped this stream out last minute. So. Oh, you noticed, huh? You noticed. Yeah, I'm delivering all the bad news to everybody on the boob. That's about what I'm doing. I'm delivering all the bad news on the boob. So, yeah, everything's going fine here so far. I just have to worry about one little thing, and I can't tell you guys because for the simple fact, if I do tell you, then it would be a breach of contract. And no, it has nothing to do with the channel. It has nothing to do with other companies. It has nothing to do with that. It's something that's happening in my personal right now that I can't say. But I can let you know that if it works out good, it's going to take a big financial toll on me. So I like random J streams. Yeah, I just randomly pop them out, man. I have no set date or anything. That's what I'm going to start doing from now on. I'm just going to tell you guys, stay tuned for the next stream. You never know when I'm going to pop out a stream, so make sure you stay tuned for it. Make sure you get your notifications on. That's important as well. No notifications on, and you're not going to know when I pop out that next stream. Simple as that. So, but I'm going to tell you guys, there's talk about a new AMD graphics card. I don't know what and who it's going to, or what it's going to be. Now there's talk about AMD with the, the 9070 GRE. Instead of it being 12 gigabytes of VRAM, they're going to up it to 16 gigabytes of VRAM. There's a lot of news going on right now. I mean, there's a lot of things going on right now. And I got watching some other reviewers sitting there taking bits from another reviewer trying to make a video, and I was like watching. I was like, oh my God, you guys gotta be kidding me. Stop doing that. Stop taking this little bit of view and trying to blow it up and make it into a bigger view. I'm not putting any of those reviewers into my videos anymore. They don't help support this channel. My members do. My subscribers do. My Discord subscribers do. Okay? And we're supposed to have a tight ship community. It's supposed to be a tight community. It's supposed to be a community to where these big guys are supposed to help the little guys. No, the big guys help another big guy or another big guy. They don't help none of the small guys get up into the world. And that's another thing that just jabs at my butt. It just really jabs at my butt about this. And don't you think you're going to do that, because you ain't doing that. So, the videos I posted in Discord through was interesting since we haven't seen many comparisons of the 5060 Ti versus the 3080, unlike all the ones we got of it, the 9060 XT. Well, you know, fake frames, listen. Okay, I want to see, instead of putting a 5060 Ti there, why don't they take a 3080 and put the 9060 XT, company to company, and see what happens. That's what I want to see. I don't mind, you know, them putting the 5060 Ti versus the 3080. I don't see that as a bad thing. Staying within the house and going side-by-side competition with an older GPU to a newer GPU. But they're comparing a 5060 Ti, which I would have thought they would at least compared a 5070, because the 3080's got 10 gigabytes of VRAM and the 5070 has got 12 gigabytes of VRAM. That's kind of a little bit more towards the thing. Instead of worrying about that price comparisons, if they want to show the horsepower of a 3080 beating a 5070, then they should have put it out there. But as far as the VRAM between the two, there's only 2 gigabytes of VRAM between the two. Even though the price comparison is not the same, it would still be a good shuttle between the two to see it. A 5070 versus a 3080. And then everybody will see the truth that the 5070 sucks. So, you get what I'm saying. So, I'm just giving you my 2 cents on it. So, but as far as the 60 class, them trying to compare the 60 class to the 80 class, you know, 2 generations, 80 class compared to the 60 class, we don't know. I mean, it looks good on video, but to me, if you're not using the same platform to test both graphics cards, it doesn't make it equally fair. You take one test bench and use that one test bench to benchmark 2 graphics cards on that same platform. Not having 2 platforms or 3, just one. And testing that one graphics card on that platform to see what they both, not just one, but 2, testing them both to see what they actually do on that platform. They could have an Intel platform and do the same thing, as well as an AMD platform. I mean, they could have done different CPU platforms and tested each one of the graphics cards on those platforms, or both of the graphics cards, one right after the other, on those platforms, and gone that route to see which one would be the best platform to run with those graphics cards. Would an older platform work just as good as a newer platform? They don't do that anymore. They just test with the 9800X 3D and willy-nilly it, and the people that got older platforms, they don't know. They're saying to themselves, does it work? Will it work on my computer with what I got as a platform? Questions that are unanswered. You know, by you running a 5700X, I'm running a 5700X right down the middle. Why are we running a 5700X? We could have been running the 5800X. We could have been running the 5950X. We could have been running a 5800X 3D. I'm not a fan of the X3Ds. I really not, because I got another computer with the same maker of motherboard. One's a tough motherboard. This is a Strix motherboard. I put the two computers side by side. There's only a 1% difference. That's got a 7800 XT. This has got the 4070. That's got, what is it, the 5600X 3D. I got the 5700X. If I'm only getting a 1% difference between the two, makes no sense. Really. Makes no sense. So, the 5800X and the 5950X are not any faster than the 5700X in gaming. Yeah, and now you know why the 5700X was always overlooked. How many reviewers do you see using the 5700X? You'll see them using the 5600X. You'll see them putting in their examples, 5600X or the 5800X. How many real time do you really see them put the 5700X in the middle? Why? Because it's only 5% difference between 5700 and 5800X. But if you push the clocks on the 5700X, it'll run almost close to equal of the 5800X. Not unless you push the clocks on the 5800X. Then it will show that it pushes still to that 5%. So either way you look at it, you're still going to get 5%. So, but with gaming, the 5700X, I like it. It rocks. You guys watch me doing all these little benchmark things, playing little games things and everything else. It's on this PC right here. You guys can't see it, but it's here. Because I got my camera on the top to the PC. I got a monitor sitting behind the camera. So, yeah. I'm going to tell you guys. AM4 is still kicking. It's still a good platform. If I want to up my game on my PC, I could leave the 5700X in here. But, like Mr. Machine did, when he upped his RAM, I could put 4000 megahertz RAM in here, depending on what cast latency it is. But 4000 megahertz and jump it up to, what was it? The max of the motherboard, 4400 megahertz. Now, unless I do a BIOS update, then I can push it to 4800. So, and that kind of equals out to the matter of the fact that where AM4 stops, AM5 begins. AM4 stops. Sometimes you can get a motherboard to push it to 5200 megahertz on AM4. I had never seen that, but I heard people saying it could be done. I haven't seen it yet. So, yes, I do agree. The 5700X does clock better than the 5800X. I do agree with that. I do agree with that 100%. I heard people trying to overclock the 5800X and they get minimal to almost no performance gain compared to the 5700X. I heard that before I bought the processor, the CPU. And I'm like thinking to myself, okay, well, if the 5700X clocks out better than the 5800X, oh, sorry, I got an itch on my back, then I should be able to get almost equal performance to the 5800X for less price. I do agree. And it is true. You get better price to performance on the 5700X than you do the 5800X or the 5950X. You need a 16-core, 32-thread processor. I don't see the need for it right now. I really don't. I really don't see the need for it. You guys tell me what you think. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll read it out for everybody so everybody knows. And don't forget about hitting that subscribe button too. Or the join button if you want to become a YouTube JJPC Builds member. Other than becoming a Discord member of JJ's PC Builds, you can become a member of the channel. We have a membership on the channel. You can hit the join button. Very cheap, affordable for everybody. So you decide what ones you want to click on. That's your choice. So 9700X is pretty good. Yeah. I agree. Look, guys, I agree. Because the way I'm looking at the pattern right now, okay, this is the pattern I'm looking at. 5700X, 7700X, 9700X. That's the next processor I want to go up to. I've been saying this on and off for a long while about the 9700X. And people have been a lot of naysaying about it. No, it's not good. Don't get that one. Get the 9800X 3D. Why? Because it's got more L cache? So I'm going to pay the extra price for the L cache? When you have enough L cache on the 9700X to play games. It just makes no sense. Makes none. If I'm not having stuttering or artifacting using the amount of L cache on a 5700X, do you think I'm going to have that same problem with the 9700X? No. I just think it's all smoke and mirrors. That's what I think. 9700X looks like it's the little beast of them all with a good price. Now, what I'm going to do is I am going to go, and I'm going to take you guys with me really quick. We're going to go, and we're going to be looking at the price of, I don't know why I keep going to Amazon. I have no idea why I keep going to Amazon. I should be going to Newegg. No, I don't want to sign in. Let's see. Let's go the 9700X. Wow. They got this one at $479 at $480. But this one, oh, that comes with the motherboard. My bad. I was looking at it wrong. That comes with the motherboard. It comes with the MSI Pro B850 Pro board. It comes with the Pro gaming board. If that's how you say it right. Now, you guys are going to quote me on that. The P board is a Pro gaming board. Comes with Wi-Fi. And it's PCI 5.0 ready. For $480. $480. Might be a good one. Okay. So for $1,200, you can get yourself a whole PC with the 9700X. I'm sure you're not going to like the 5068 gigabytes. And I'm sure you're not going to like the 16 gigabytes of DDR5 for that price. I wouldn't blame you. I wouldn't like it either. But looking at this, they got the 9700X 8-core 16 thread for $329. They got a 9600X with 6-core 12 threads for $188. I don't know, guys. I don't know which ones would be looking better at that. But That's $500. That's $480. $376 for a 12-core 24-thread. Well, hate to break the news to you. 2 chiplet design, a 6+6. 6 cores on each chiplet. So basically, all you're doing is you're buying this. All you're doing is buying this when you're gaming. So this would probably be a better deal than this one, for sure. 7700X, 7800X3D, 359. B650, no, they're crazy. 9800X3D, 479. So a 9800X3D is the price of a motherboard and the processor. And a good motherboard too. Not a bad motherboard. This motherboard looks like it's decent for $480. So it does. 8 gigabytes of VRAM is a rip. Yeah, I was saying that too, man. That was 8 gigabytes of VRAM for the same price as my computer. This right here is the same price of my computer, but at least my computer has 12 gigabytes of VRAM. But this has, on system, I have 64 gigs of system RAM. This is 16. Mine's 64. This is AM5. Mine's AM4. But mine's an AM4 I ain't got no problem with. So, moving on. I know we're going to go and look and see what's up. I have to do this, see what's going on in the world. 5070, 12 gigabyte, 9700X. Jeez, my computer still runs just fine. 470. I don't know about that motherboard. I like the other one better. That MSI board is worse than Gigabyte B650. Well, yeah. But it's still good to know. $179 for a 7600X. 180, Bo. 180. It seems they throw that motherboard right here with everything that, every CPU combination. You always see this two are always popping up. Huh. I don't know. For an extra $200, just doesn't fancy me. Oh, that's crazy. Look at that. 4068 gigabytes, $1,300. One of the other ones better deal than this one. I like the case though. Case ain't that bad. Well, yeah, I can get that same case for cheaper. 9700X, 5070 for $2,000. Seriously not. Okay, let's do this. Let's go to Newegg. I'm always curious to find out what Newegg's got. Let's type in the 9700X. 9700X. Let's see what they got. 329. 309. Limited offer 309. 9700X. Ooh. B650. There you go. There's your gigabyte motherboard. 180 bucks. Wow. Crazy prices. Guys, I'm sorry to say, but Jeez. That's just, I don't know. Sapphire Tech motherboard? That must be new. Nitro B650. Sapphire's getting into the motherboard game. That's interesting. That is interesting. When you can get a 14600K on Newegg for $150, get a Battlefield 6 for free. Oh yeah, that's right. All right. Well, yeah. Yeah, I remember that. Okay, so we'll move over and do Newegg again. So you say it's a 14600K. I remember, I forgot about this, that they're having a sale. This one's got $40 off promo code. $189, $40 off, $150 for a 14600. That's not bad. $150. $150. Glad you said that, because I didn't even, this one has a promo code with it. Let me go look and see. Oh, that's refurbished. So that's probably used. Wow, they don't give me much of an option. So, I don't know. So let's say, didn't I see what was it, Intel's 260, was it 265K? Well, they got the Battlefield 6 with the 265. Wow, they gotta be smoking something there. Definitely. Wow. You get a Z890 motherboard with the 265K, $500. A lot of motherboard combos, though. Let's see. CPU cooler with 265. See, it says BX807-68265K. This right here tells you it's the 265K. Not like it's hard to read. They got a lot of out of stock things. Not too bad. So you get a $240 CPU with the game, making it 309, 310. That's not bad. If you click on the 14600K listing, it shows that it includes Battlefield 6. Yeah, I see that right here. Oh, the 14600K. Well, let me go backwards. Okay. Get that on my face. Am I looking at it wrong, or it says the $40 off promo code limited offer? like you spend a lot of money. Well, I don't know, bro. I really don't. I mean, I clicked on it, and it just brought me to this. So, oh, the free gift. Oh, I got you. Free gift. See, I'm not used to Newegg. I'm not. Oh, the free gift offer, add to cart. Right. You get a free gift to the cart. I got you right here. It says add free gift to cart. See, I'll get it. I'll get it. I got it. Oh, I got you now. Okay. I got you now. I got you now. Oh, it's got Reddit too. Hmm. I'm just scrolling around just to see what else I can see. But I don't think I would, but that's not bad for $190. I'm gonna tell you why it's not so bad. Okay. Number one, you can go and you can search for that price of $190 and get the $40 off, and you can get the free gift, the free Battlefield 6, okay, with the ad-free gift. You can add well, they don't give you an option of that. You can find a motherboard that's decent with it. You know, you can look at the motherboard, see if you want something you want to get the Z790, which I would try to stick with an 800 series motherboard anyway. So, depends on what you really want to do. If you want to do a combo, you can put a combo. They got a 13900K. I really don't see them doing any combos. But that's not bad for a KS. If you look at it this way, or a 14900F, you pay $558. You can get for a cheaper price, you can get the motherboard and you can get the CPU all in one for less than the same price of this. So, I don't see it as a bad thing. Oh, they got the 3900 XT. You want to get one of those. 3900X. If you want to go on the cheap, you can go AM2 and go on the cheap. You probably can get about maybe 4.7 gigahertz max clocks for 102 bucks. 105 watt chip. Or you can get a combo. 9800X 3D with G-Skill suck-up RAM for $900. 9800X 3D, $1,000. I don't know. That don't look like a great combo. I'm just going through these, guys. I'm just taking you along with me. This is basically, you know, when I sit down at the computer and I do this all the time, I'm just looking through to see if there's any changes made or there's some kind of deals or something like that. I'm always looking for something. It's not too bad. Asus TUF X870 Plus with the 9800X 3D for $700, close to it, $699. $7600X 353. But you guys get the point. You guys get the point. So, but what we can do is we can go back to Amazon, start over again. I just want to see what, and I know you guys think that I'm crazy for doing this, but I always do it on graphics card nightmares, so. So basically, let's go back and see what they got. The card that you guys are never going to buy for 430, 300, 689, 540, 3050, no, 590, 3050, 5060, 8 gigabytes. Boy, they give a 86% plus rating, 4.7 out of 5 for a 5068 gigabyte. Wow, that is stretching it. That is stretching it. $5,700 XT, they give 3.9 out of 5. That's 8 gigabyte. That's got a 256-bit bus. PCIe 4.0 x16 though. I wonder if a $210 card can keep up with a $330 card. Rasterization, no ray tracing, no bells and whistles, no eye candy, just raw performance between driver to driver. I wonder. Don't you guys wonder? That's a good thing to think about. A $200 graphics card or $210 graphics card compared to a $300 and some graphics card. Don't you guys think? Good, bad, ugly. 5080 16 gigabytes, $1,350. 5070s, that's below the $600 mark. But that's PNY. Let's see. I don't know, guys. 5090s, $2,700 now. Looks like it's dropping in price. OC edition. It's dropping in price. Anything special? Nah. Yeah. We'll go over there to Newegg and see if we can see anything. We'll just type in graphics cards. And drive everybody crazy doing it. Well, Borderlands 4 with the purchase while supplies last. 5090, 32 gigabyte of VRAM, $2,250. 5080 Borderlands, $999. Still too pricey for me. 90 XT, 16 gigabyte, $380. If you want a good $200 GPU, you would need to get a used 3060 Ti or a 2080. Yeah, I know. But it's just the thought. It's just the thought of looking at it right then and there. Can that actual card keep up with the other one? And, you know, it's just that actual thought at that time. Can it actually... That is an ugly card. Sorry. That is the ugliest card I've seen in a long time. I know it's just the graphics and they show the lighting, but they need to take this off and make it like a... I don't know. Make the color look better. But that's ASRock's green, booger green color. So. Sorry, I'm picking on ASRock right now. They got an Asus Prime 5070 OC. Guys, it's gotta make no damn sense to buy anything right now anyway. We're just looking. We're not thinking about telling you guys to buy anything. That's not how I'm doing it. With the Super Series right around the corner, and it's getting close to that time, you'll watch. September will roll by, October will roll by, November will roll by, December will roll by, and you hit January. Boom. And guess what they got? A 5070 with 18 gigabytes of VRAM at $600. A 5070 with 18 gigabytes of VRAM for the same price as the 5070. Well, actually, what they did was originally, with the 4070 being at $599, they went up to $609 on the 4070 Super. And then after a little while, they dropped it down to $550, below the price of the 4070 with the 4070 Super. It was back and forth with that 4070 Super. So if they do the same thing with the 5070 Super, you can get 18 gigabytes of VRAM and whatever you can get out of the card and have a nice day. Tell me if I'm wrong about that. Tell me that Nvidia and these retailers did not do that with the 4070 and the 4070 Super. Tell me they did not do that. I can tell you, I know they did it for a fact. They bounced around back and forth the 4070 Super, teasing everybody with the low price of $550. Especially when it has more cores on the, or more transistors on it than the 4070. Especially when it has more performance, 16% faster than the 4070. AMD even floated the fact. What was it? What's that? The 6950 XT. 6950 XT, which is 16% faster than the 4070. They floated it down to 550. The lowest I've seen it was 529. And that was a 6000 series graphics card that was still rocking up above the 4070 into the field of the 4070 Super. Tell me if I'm wrong about that. You guys know I'm not wrong about that. See, because MSI Shadow right here, $550 with Borderlands. That cuts off what, 50 or 60 bucks because of the game? Makes your graphics card how much? Like $470? Because if you add in the price of the game and minus it off of the graphics card, and you're going to buy the game anyway, you're paying $475 for a 5070 at 12 gigabytes. That's where they try to hook and line and sinker you. I would just wait for the 5070 18 gigabyte. That's my opinion. $50 promotion. So you're going to tell me this is going to be about $240. Well, it's going to be 250 bucks. For a 9060 XT 8 gigabyte. I keep shaking my head every day while looking at all this stupid stuff. 5070 Ti, 16 gigabytes, $780. Chop off 60 bucks for the game. 740 bucks. Oh, that brings it down to $10 below MSRP. But are you going to buy it? No. Because you're going to wait for the 5070 Ti with 24 gigabytes of VRAM. You're not going to go with just a good old 16. You're going to wait for that 24 gigabytes of VRAM. Supposedly, that's the way it was supposed to roll. And the 5080 was supposed to be what? You guys quote me on this if you want, but I think the 5080, or was it the 5080? I think the 5070 was supposed to be 24 gigabytes of VRAM. The 5070 Ti Super, 24 gigabytes of VRAM. And the 5080 was supposed to be what? 32? 5080 Super? Or was the 5080 Super 24 gigabytes of VRAM? I don't think so. I don't know. You guys let me know. I'm so, right now it's so confusing, it's insane. It is confusing. Not so confusing. But look, you can spend 260 bucks, get Battlefield 6 with the B580, an ARC B580 with 12 gigabytes of GDR6. I know you guys are going to crucify me for this, but the card makes that about 180 bucks. Average about $180 with Battlefield 6. So you get 12 gigabytes of VRAM for a card that runs a little bit faster than the RX 6600. Figure that one out. So regular 5070 Super is going to be 18 gigabytes and the 5080 Super is 24 gigabytes. Okay, so are they going to actually have a 5070 Ti Super? Or they're going to bypass that? Some tells me that the 5080 Super is going to be a little bit more in VRAM. I don't know why. I have this feeling that they're not just going to bring out two cards and call it a day. I don't think they're just going to bring out a 5070 Super and a 5080 Super. I don't think they're going to bring, I think they're going to bring out a third card. And if they do, then how are they going to work it? Let's see. Oh, they can't do the 20 gigabyte. Not with the 3 gigabyte chips. We don't know exactly if the 5070 Ti Super is going to release. Yeah, I know. I mean, could that be why Nvidia is kind of, well, why everybody's sitting there talking about just 2 cards? Is that really going to be worth it for the 50 series? 18 gigabytes of VRAM on a 5070 and 24 gigabytes of VRAM on a 5080 Super? Is that really going to be worth it? When they got the 60 series going to be coming out, don't know when, but looks like it's supposed to launch in 26. Everybody says it's going to launch next year for the Super Series during what, Computex? I think they're going to launch it earlier, around Christmas time. Put the Super Series out, and then Computex they're going to announce the 60 series. Just an idea that they're probably going to do it for machine learning, the 60 series, which I don't know how they're going to work it and what they can fit the how they're going to fit the Ruben Vera series with the Blackwell series, because he put Pro 6000 on the Blackwell series. So that's going to be a little bit utter of confusion. Is the 60 series going to be a Blackwell refresh? That's another thing. We don't know. Because it looks like if they got a Pro 6000 with Blackwell that says 6000, then what about the Ruben Vera series that's supposed to be 6000? How are they going to take Blackwell and Ruben Vera and mix the two? Refresh. So, it could be a refresh. Could be. So, let's keep that in mind, guys. I mean, it's kind of the story tells itself. You just have to follow along. The story tells itself. And we know basically how things been working with Nvidia. We know how things been working with AMD. We know that Intel is somewhere in there being held up by the US government with a crutch. But we don't know what they're going to be doing next. Well, we do, but is it going to actually happen, or is it actually going to be that Intel is going to throw more smoke and mirrors up because they can't come out with something good? I really hope Intel gets on top of their game. We need more competition out there. We need Intel to get on its game. I know you guys are going to say, well, Intel screwed up so many times, we don't know if they'll ever get back on their game. They need to get on their game. They need to stop beating the bush. They need to be retransformed into a new realm of gaming processors. And they need to redo their gaming processors. They need to get everybody's head spun and start at ground zero and start with something fresh. Leave Raptor Lake alone. Don't mess with Raptor Lake anymore. Don't mess with the core series. Get away from the core series. Come up with something new. It was a good idea when they tried with the core series, but the core series didn't work out. It did for content creation and machine learning and all that, but it did not work out for gaming. It still fell short of AMD. Now they need to get a beast of a CPU out there. One that's going to overtake the 9000 series GPUs. One that's going to rock above the 9000 CPU processors. So far, I just hear everybody talking about their food stamps. That's all I'm hearing about. So when they say, oh, we're going to do something and we're not going to do anything, and they don't do anything, it's just, it's monotonous. It is unearthing. It is draining this PC community. What I think Intel needs to do is get a CEO like me. And I'm going to get my hands in there and I'm just going to twist it and turn it and really grind it until I can get a beast of a CPU out of them. And then after I get a beast of a CPU out of them, just saying if I was the CEO, I'll look at their graphics cards and do the same thing, twist and turn, and pull that the GPU right out of them and put out a real beast. Other than holding hands and waiting for this company and what they're doing, just go above and beyond what they're doing, go above and beyond, and put out the best they can. Oops, sorry, got an itch. So, you think they actually can do that? If they try. They have the best minds in the world. The best minds in the world to build the greatest, the most utmost beast of a processor. What they lack is the management. They lack management. They lack the competitive beast that a CEO can be. The competitive beast of a CEO that anybody can be. To put the fire underneath the staff and make them want to grab it and grind it until the bones hurt, until they just gnaw at the outer shell of everything, until they're spitting fire. That fire is gone. That's the problem with Intel. That fire that they need, that fire and ice they need to make the #1 products in this world. And they can't even do it. Just like with Nvidia, you got these people making millions of dollars a year, just sitting on their butthole doing nothing. And when Jensen Huang coughs, ploop, there comes a CPU, so-called next year. He coughs again, ploop, there comes a GPU for next year. No efforts being made from these companies to actually put the fire underneath their staff that they pay so much to get the performance they need to break the barrier for the gaming community, to break the barrier for artificial intelligence and break the barrier for the next generation. They can't even do it. And everybody cries, oh, this company's making AI faster than me. Boo hoo hoo. Quit crying about it. Put the fire underneath your staff. Make the price to performance stand out and stop being a wuss about your products. There's the fire that they need. They have no idea what fire means. When I worked in restaurants, you're either the best of the best or you sit on the sidelines. That's how it works. You either the best of the best or you sit on the sidelines. That's what they need to do. The ones that are best of the best that stand up and get the product the way they want it, to mold it and make it better for the communities and everything else, are the ones that are going to stand up and stand out. But the ones that are just lagging along and dragging the company down into the dirt, I'd sideline them. I would give them an unpaid long vacation called "You're Fired." That's what I would have done. That is just my way of doing things. Because if they can't produce anything that's worth anything, then people are going to walk away and their stock is going to plummet even more. So they have their last chance. Well, hell. They have their last chance ditched effort to show us, instead of us looking every week when we go into these stores, you know, like Amazon, Newegg, Micro Center and all that, we're seeing 2-generation-old crap. I'm just going to turn it all off here. We're seeing 2-generation-old crap instead of seeing something brand new and fresh that's exciting. I have not seen nothing that's exciting. So far with this new generation, nothing excites me with it. Can I recommend anything out of it? Hell no. I told you guys that before. There's nothing to recommend. There's nothing to recommend from AMD, Intel, or Nvidia. Nothing. I don't care. Even that 9800X 3D is not built on creams and dreams. It's still too slow. They don't even got it, you know, built to where, you know, it's going to make a big difference to anything. Truthfully, it doesn't. Some people who game that love it, fine. You love it, fine. I can tell you X series processor, not an X3D, a non-X3D processor plays just as good as an X3D processor. Oh, because it's got more cache. So what? The L cache don't mean shit. You got more than 30 megs of L cache, you're fine. This is where your mind is fed to where you're thinking that processor is going to be better. Oh, because it's got what? More L cache? Because it's not lagging? Because it's not glitching? Because it has more L cache? The more lies that you get fed, the more you're going to believe it. And believe it or not, people that are gaming now these days are gaming on 36 megs. Period. That's overall L cache. L0 through L3. 36 megs. End of story. So, you guys have been brainwashed to believe that X3D is the beast. And no, it's not. You can go ahead and spend that big money, but I guarantee in the end of the day, I'm still rocking AM4. I'm still getting about the same response you're getting on yours. I'm still having fun with mine. I can still rock and not use frame generation with mine. I can still do it without stuttering. So, end of the day, you pay more for the same. I'm sorry, guys, to tell you that, but it's the bottom line. It's just down to the bottom line. I just don't want you guys to believe that, you know, something that's better, which, how much better is it going to be? Really, it's not. Remember, all games have minimal system requirements and maximum system requirements, which is none. Minimal system requirements are down to where they're using a 10 series card, that they're using a Zen 2 processor, or they're using a 10th gen, you know, Intel processor. You know, either way, even people rocking the 1660 Supers are still rocking the 1660 Supers. Here's why. Because they got 3 more years. 3 more years of Nvidia updates. 3 more years. My 1650 will use the same driver as my 4070. This GTX 1650 will use the same drivers as my RTX 4070. Doesn't mean it gets the same exact things, but it still uses the same base driver. Nothing changes. Believe what you want. And believe it or not, on Linux, you can rock with your older stuff. Not a problem. If you like Windows, you can rock with that too. If you like, you know, you want less headroom of an operating system, yeah, go Linux. There's many people that tell you what kind of Linux to run. There's no problem with that. Okay? Many people that are in the Discord, they know which Linux to run. So, between Windows and Linux, which one's better? Well, Windows has more GPU system RAM overhead than Linux. See, you could be rocking almost 7 gigabytes of system RAM with Windows, Microsoft Windows, and you could be rocking 1.6 gigabytes with Linux. Which one's better on the headroom? Well, with your GPU, you only need your GPU drivers. Do you really need all that extra eye candy off of their system program? No. Because you can get all the extra eye candy off of the display settings of the game. Because Steam can rock on Linux with Proton. Some of the games, not all, they're kind of working on more of the games, hopefully soon. So even you might be able to get one of your favorite games to work on Linux from Steam with less headroom, easier on your CPU, way easier on your CPU, and it pushes your GPU right to where it needs to be. Which one's better? Less headroom or more headroom? More eye candy or less eye candy? That's how you got to play it. But me, I've already tested it all, so I can tell you, even with having just running off the drivers and playing on Linux, was not a bad experience. This is why. Because when I was playing on Linux with Steam on Cyberpunk 2077, I tried the RX 5500, which was made by Dell. Dell wasn't the maker of it, but it was an OEM graphics card. I compared that to the 7800, the RX 7800. Or no, the RX 7600, my bad. Same amount of FPS. So what's different between the two? One's got 4 gigabytes of VRAM, the other one's got 8. But they both didn't stutter and they both didn't artifact. They both played about the same, with the same settings and everything else on Linux. Do that with Windows? Ain't happening, Captain. Ain't happening, Captain. So, you guys be the judge of that one. And I'm still trying to figure out why. Well, I don't need to figure out why. Tell you why. I still got it together. See? I used 32 gigs of ECC RAM, server grade RAM. I used a server grade processor, air cooler. This is the RX 7600 from Machine, one of our loyal subscribers. I used this motherboard, and it's got one M.2 SSD. And this does not stutter on Linux when I play Steam. Yeah, it's a weird test bench, guys, but it works. So, I like it. It's a good little test bench. And the reason why is because where that processor sits, for that type of processor, is around, what would they say, 6th gen Intel, 4th or 6th gen, somewhere in there, for that processor. But that's a Xeon processor, guys. That's a server grade processor. Back in its day, the processor was about $1,800 to $2,100 brand new, somewhere in there. But it's only $10 now. And for $10, with that motherboard and that RAM and that SSD that plugs in there with that graphics card, it does a great job on Steam. It does a hell of a job on Steam. It's just with Microsoft Windows, it doesn't work right. It doesn't flip the bill. But it still works. It's just, and you guys wonder, is it the same speed is Linux at the same speed as Microsoft Windows with the same platform, the same everything. In actuality, it's 5% less. Windows is 5% less faster than Linux. When I tested Windows on the same platform, I tested Linux, I seen a 5% uplift on Linux. With this processor, with this CPU processor, every processor is going to be a little bit different. So you might get pluses or minuses depending on what CPU you use, with what motherboard you use with your combination. Things change. So don't expect to get the same outcome that I got on mine compared to yours. Because of the silicon and everything else, things change. Nothing's ever the same with PCs. Not unless you get a complete, precise match of the motherboard, the RAM, the SSD, the CPU, everything. Even the coolers, even the air coolers have to be precisely the same. The outcome's going to be like this. Not all silicon on CPUs and GPUs are the same. They're always going to be plus or minus 1%. Do not expect them to be the same. That's not how it works. It's part of the manufacturing process. It's tweaked either way by 1%. So, I was told this firsthand, by the way. But anyway, guys, I figured I'd give you 2 hours of my brain pan tonight because I was trying to clear my head off earlier this week. Ran into some problems, personal problems. It's come down to a money issue. And I got to figure out how to fix this problem. So that's about as far as I can tell you on it. And hopefully you guys stayed to the end. And I want to thank everybody that did stay on the chat and chatted with me. I want to thank y'all, like Fake Frames, and you know, you got Cyborg and Dakota, you know, and you got Watery Events. I'm just gonna announce you, and Cyborg, if I forgot you, Cyborg 2. I probably already announced you twice, but anyway, yeah. Some of you guys got in there. It was cool that you guys got in there and just chatted right along with me. So, I was hoping Mr. Machine would have made it tonight and Mr. MTBK. And Mr. DV made it. I will put him in there as well. Mr. DV, welcome to the live stream. I know you caught it at the end. My apologies. But for this week, I'm kind of compiling Friday and Saturday together for this week. And hopefully next week I can go back to normal. Hopefully. But I'll let you guys know. But anyway, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go to bed. Tomorrow's another day. You know, I got a lot of things rocking tomorrow, so that's the reason why I'm compiling Friday and Saturday together for this week. Because I don't think I'd be able to rock with you guys tomorrow night. So we're just putting it all together right now. But you never know. We'll see what happens on Sunday. I'll see if when my schedule kind of molds out and frees. I'll see if this week on Sunday I can do another live stream with you guys. Probably will rock one with you. So, but anyway, if you guys made it to the end of the stream And we do appreciate you. I appreciate all you guys. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Oh, damn. Did I do that right? Wrong again? Yeah, I did. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button. Don't forget about the notification bell so you know when I post the next video. Until the next time. And the next video. You know what it is? Well, video, live stream. You guys know the drill. You know what it is. And we'll see you on the next one, guys. Take care. Be safe. And have a great evening.